Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I'm laughing because it's really the energy of Mercury in retrograde that's running the show today. So I have to apologize. I know that the keeps freezing and there's nothing I can do about it. It was doing that earlier on a conference call and it was happening at their end too, so I don't think it's me, I think it's Mercury. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is covering the time frame of March 1st through the 19th. It's actually the mid part of Pisces that we're going to be covering here. And so I'm using the really fun Viceversa tarot for the overall energy. We're going to do the 9-card spread, and then as always, we're going to clarify. But I'm going to turn this down so that we can look at the cards. And I'm going to try to roll through these quickly because it's taking forever to upload videos today. So I need to keep them short and sweet. So the way that we do this, we set this up. We'll do the past, the present, the future. We'll do thoughts, feelings, and actions. I have Lenormand cards set up, houses for each of the positions. And so they kind of have a lot to do with that. And here in the center card that you have as the key to the situation, you have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords in the key to the situation means that right now it is a time to rest in the heart area. It is a time for healing in the heart area, and possibly just resting in general, because we have a lot of oh yes. So you've been coming out of the overall energy for you, unfortunately, is this Devil card, and it's the Devil in the upright position, where there is this bondage, the soulmate bondage, this situation where you are here to come and to manage the karma of this situation, and how are you doing with that? It could be an addiction, as in a codependent relationship, an addiction to drugs, alcohol, overeating, overspending, lots of things, whatever it is that you're feeling chained and bound to a situation. And right now it's the time to take a rest. And honestly, this week with Mars sitting on top of the South Node there in Capricorn, it's been exhausting for everybody. In fact, I ended up having to take the week off. I didn't record any videos last week because I was too exhausted. Taking a shower wore me out. And I thought, am I sick? But I really wasn't sick. I was just completely exhausted from the energy. And so that card's come up a couple of times now. And so I think that that's kind of a thing here that we've got going on. So let's take a look at this. In the recent past, you've been trying to seek information, gain knowledge about a soulmate situation. And so this is when we have the Six of Cups here. This is a connection. It could be someone that you've known. Mercury retrograde tends to bring people back into our lives, either from previous lifetimes or in this lifetime to work through some stuff. But this is a connection that you have been having some questions about, some thoughts, and trying to figure out, what does this connection mean? How is this connection important to me? And how do I make this work in my life so that it works out for me? And so there's a lot of that information that you've been trying to seek. Then we have here in the arena of transformation, your thoughts are about focusing on what it is that you want. But see, this is in the public arena when it's in this position. In this position, it's about it's kind of like that reflecting ball in the garden, kind of. You know, it's a place for you to go inside and reflect on, in your life, what is important to you? What do you want to focus on? What is going to bring you the information and the guidance that you need? It's an Ace of Pentacles, is that planting that seed of intention to grow something new and important. But it is also about in the very private arena. So this is about what's important to you on a very personal level. So Mercury is, not Mercury, but this period of March 1st to the 19th is in Pisces. So especially if you're a Taurus rising, this is happening in your 11th house of groups and group activities. And so that matters. That matters a lot. About the fact that you need to retreat into yourself, into the privacy of your own thoughts, and how do you view yourself from the inside out, as opposed to worrying so much about how people are viewing you. In the arena of where do you find the abundance in the future, you have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card would be the upright, and this is the back side of it. But what's interesting about this is that angel is looking at the gallows. You see them here? This is where the hangman was hanging. And now the hangman is no longer there. And we've had a spirit come in and courage come in, and it's balancing those, and it's making a decision. And so this feels like there's a blessing on this decision that I know you guys have been working on trying to come up with about something in your life for quite a while. I would like to say almost a year. I noticed that. And so I feel like that this is the time where you break in the chains of whatever the situation that has left you feeling very bound and tied in a very karmic kind of karmic settling situation. And Temperance is about finding the balance and resolving things and the alchemy of figuring the way through things. So in the past, you've had a lot of anxiety about this emotional cup, this offering. This, I want to tell somebody how I feel about them, but there's some anxiety about it. This is see how shallow the water is? He's standing in the very, very shallow water of his emotions, and the fish is jumping out of the cup because there's not that much in there. Now, he's trying to get into the deeper water, right? The fish is trying to save itself and release itself into the deeper waters. And this is, the page is like, I have this message, but I'm not really sure that I want to give it. But here, in the area of the heart, this is offering a much bigger cup to people around you that you care about. See the blessings in the background, that water flow, that waterfall flowing emotions. There's 3 cups there. This is family and friends. This is community. This is being willing to open your heart and share. And so I think that you needed a break, a rest. So let's just say you left a job that wasn't working for you, and you wanted to try doing something that you really wanted to do because it meant something, to you as opposed to just a paycheck, but you weren't sure. And so there's this resting period between leaving the job and getting the new job. And here in this community, you feel like you fit in. This could be a relationship where you were like, I'm not really sure if I really want to tell somebody I care about them or not. And this is that resting time of trying to decide what is of value to you. And then feeling like you have an abundance of things to be grateful for in the heart center. So it's that kind of a situation. There is some kind of a moving from one phase to the other, though. And I know this because in the area of what's going on right now, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about moving forward in a very balanced way. It is thoughts and actions. The darker one is the action. The white one is the thoughts of, like, okay, how do I balance my thoughts and my actions to move forward in a way that works for me? Because in the recent past, there was this Justice card. Now, this would be justice in the upright position, right? But when you see this is karmic justice, where you were not the only one. The hand of fate was playing into the role of how to bring about this justice. And so it felt like an obstacle trying to figure out how to break these bonds, because there was a very karmic situation involved here. And so there was a lesson that had to be learned. A job, you're like, how can a job be karmic? It wasn't about the job being karmic. It was about the lesson of you valuing yourself as a person over that of just staying someplace you hate because there's a steady paycheck. And instead, what were you here to do? It could be that situation. It could be the same thing with a relationship. But there's so many pentacles here. We start with the Ace of Pentacles here in the area of transformation, but we finish on this Ten of Pentacles, which is the blessing of this relationship, this new opportunity, because it's new, because we have the young couple. On the reverse side, this is, yes, you've done it, you've gotten there. Look, there's the loyalty of the dog, I've gotten there. This is, you are being blessed by the universe on this new opportunity, this new venture that you're heading out on, this new So a new job, a new relationship, something that is of value to you. But we go from planting the seed of the ace to in the future, the blessing of the potential of completing this with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is really beautiful energy. This is such a positive spread that I'm really excited about this for you, Taurus, because your spreads don't have to come out this way anymore. But this is very solid. This is like taking the time to meditate, taking the time to rest, taking the time to heal, taking the time to catch your breath before moving forward. But there is this sense of balance up here in your thoughts, and being balanced with the courage and the eyesight, the perspective here in this community of feeling safe and secure and abundant, to the potential of actual financial abundance for you as you go forward. So we have grow within your current situation, the wise one. So this is grow within the current situation. What have you decided to do that's allowing you to move forward? What were the lessons you needed to learn? A current situation doesn't mean necessarily you have to stay in a job or a relationship that doesn't work. It could mean that. But mostly what it means is, what did you learn? Like, if you just take off and you run away from a situation you don't like and you jump into another one and you don't take time. So you didn't like this job and you got another job and then don't like this one. Did you ever stop? The universe is saying stop, rest, reflect. What did you learn? Take that knowledge and allow it to become wisdom. Allow it to grow. So grow within your current situation, because here we have the owl, and the owl represents wisdom, and it's at night, and we have the raven too. And the raven, this is about the magic and the synchronicities of things. And so there's magic and synchronicities in what has happened to bring you to where you are, so you can develop this intuition and this knowledge and this guidance to lead you, because we have the moon there for the intuition. And so this is about taking the things that have happened and reflecting on them and allowing yourself to grow. And then, yes, this is beautiful. It says manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Be very honest and clear about what it is you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1 is writing it down on paper. And so right now, while you're resting, right now while you're pausing, stop and think, okay, what have I done and what have I learned? And so what is it that I want to create so that I can start moving forward? And we have, this is the second time this has shown up today. We have 6, looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time to the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you're working on could use some fine-tuning. And so again, write it down. What do you want to manifest? What were the lessons that you've learned? What is the guidance that has come to you? Where are you headed with this? Because you don't want to have to get bound up into another situation where they're like, oh, you didn't figure it out, so we're going to bring you another lesson and we're going to give you the chance to learn it again. So instead, what have you learned about yourself? What are your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes? What do you want to manifest? So you stayed in a job because it provided financial security. So did you learn that security comes in, that financial security doesn't equal emotional security? And, did you learn how to balance that so that you have the whole situation that you wanted? Right? It could be something like that. Did you learn that you really hated someone else being the boss? And so now you're going to go back to school to learn a couple of skills so that you can be in the position to be the boss someday? Like, what did you learn about the situation that didn't work for you? It was there to teach you a lesson. When we have the soulmate card and we have the devil there, that this feels very much like you were being brought some kind of a very important lesson that you needed to learn. And, were you all work and no play? Were you working so hard that you didn't spend time on relationships, didn't develop them, didn't grow them? Because here in the arena of the heart, we have a community card. This 3 of Cups is definitely about being a community. On the reverse side, it's about being grateful for all of your abundance. But you have this. This is about being grateful for the community that you find yourself in. And so are you adding enough fun into your life? And I ask that because you have the tangerine card for the color card for the next couple of weeks. It says, be spontaneous and have more fun. Be spontaneous and have more fun. So get out there and, yes, you're resting now. But part of the resting, if you've been working really hard, is to take some time to enjoy yourself, right? You just have to cost money to enjoy yourself. So catch up with some friends, have some fun. This is your 11th house if you are a Taurus rising, and so that becomes important. So enjoy the community, but think about what it is you really want. Write it down so that you can start to manifest whatever that is. You know, that relationship, that job situation. It's not about I need to be the richest man in the world. It's more about how does that make you feel? I have more than enough to do the things that I want to do with my time, my money, my resources, right? So think about how you would feel, because this was in the heart space where the manifestation card came out. So think about how you will feel, and that's what you focus on. And again, I apologize for the Mercury retrograde, but can't do anything about it. Except hang in there and wait for it to end. All right, you take care. Write it down, okay? And we'll talk soon.